G'day Bitcoin traders, it's the 15th of November today and we've got some news. Now let's get to my chart. I'll try and make this quick. Now as you know, if you watch my stream on the 11th, there's a few things I'm watching on the weekly and the monthly. The weekly being the potential 5th Elliott Wave 5th. Let me get back to my chart here, see if I can rip it up quick. Right, so there's your 5th. I'll scrunch it up so we can see it. And I think 71k is the top for Bitcoin. I think that's all we're going to get. Now, what I'm going to do is pull the fib to the top there where I think it might turn. I'll get to some updated TA just in a moment. I just want to check out these fibs here. Let's get rid of some of these price labels and just tidy this chart up for a minute. So if you watched the stream the other day on the 11th, you can see I'm starting to build in a short here. Now obviously it's a swing trade, so it's a weekly position. I think all stops would need to be above about 72,000. I don't think we're going to see 72,000. Possibly in the future, but not anytime soon, because I think this is going to give us a good pullback. Now, with these, you can only take them one step at a time, so you have to take some profit as and when. Now, here'd be a good spot to take some bank. 54k, well 55. Because if it doesn't hold 55 and it gets below, then it's going to become a resistance in it. So 55 could become support or a resistance. Okay, so here's the Elliott Wave. We're at the 5th and this is a weekly. Right, now note there's a shallow 1, so we have to expect a shallow 5th. It hasn't gone much above the 3rd, so that is a shallow 5th. Get back to the daily time frame, we've got the ending diagonal playing out. Not to mention the stuff that I've been watching over the last week or two play out. Why I've been well, just look at the stream on the 11th, where if you watch it on the 11th, you can hear my dog snoring in the background. Typical bulldog behaviour. Anyway, he's not a bulldog this week, he's a bear dog. So here we go. So this is what I'm expecting. We might get a little push up here, yeah, to around the 71, but I would say, looking at this, we might see 70,700. So it might just breach above that 70. Yeah, and then we're going to see it drop. Now, the obvious spot is going to be the 23.6 of the Elliott Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will bring us down to around 55, I believe, is it? Yes, 55,000. So that's going to be quite a big chunk of money off of Bitcoin, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be a nice, it's going to be a fair chunk back. So, if I've got a huge amount of money on Bitcoin and I've got a lot of and I'm invested heavily in it, let's say I'm not a buy holder and I haven't got strong hands and I just want to take profit at good spots and buy back in, now would be a good time. Well, here would be a great time to start taking some bank, wouldn't it? Around this area here, 70,000. Now personally I'd say 70k would be a really good spot to take some bank. Now I don't know if I've still got the stream going. When we were looking at this 5th, we were saying a few weeks back, maybe a month back now, we were expecting this 5th. We called a bit of support in at 42. Watch the stream where I said buy 42 and target 60 but hold for a 5th. Hold through the 60k for a high 5th, because we expect the Elliott Wave to give us a high 5th. We have to expect that because a truncated 5th is rare. So I initially done some extension work and I believe I did say Bitcoin could go up to 90 or 100k. Now, as with all price action, as we fill in the blanks, we try and project what could happen in the future and try and base trades around it and base targets around it. But when price action starts to change, we have to be nimble. We have to be prepared to adapt to the market. And that's just what's happening today. This looks like it's going to be a fifth up around the 70k mark. Yeah, sure, it might come down to 50, 55 here, look. I mean, I'm expecting this 54. I'm just wondering what's going to happen if we get 54, because I'll show you why in a second. We're going to be under that huge 60k range if we get to 55. And that puts us back in a weekly range where we'd have to expect it to range until it's broken out of that range. And that range, once it gets to 55, is a 42,000 to 60k range. And it'll be back within it. So if it gets to 55k, then possibly going to come back up around the 60 and struggle and give us an ABC down, because there's going to be a huge bit of resistance there, because we're in that 40k 60k range. This is why I was saying I think this head and shoulder is going to play out, this larger one here. Look, if I zoom out, I know that the shoulder is going to be a bit low this side, but there's the left shoulder here. Look, the head's going to be around 70 71k, and this will bring us down to the neckline again. Now, sure, the neckline, you know, the neckline's through here, but it's going to be one of these kind of head and shoulders, isn't it? It's going to be something like that, look. Yeah, I'll just have to fill in the blanks for you guys, because you may not be familiar with even what the head and shoulder is and what it means. This will be a bearish one if it plays out. So you wouldn't want to see a shallow right shoulder here if you're a bull, put it that way, because that's a bad sign. Anyway, so right, so see this line I've drawn through here? This will become the neckline if we get a head and shoulder. If we drop down to 55, 60k is going to become resistance, and I'll show you why in a minute, just in case you haven't seen it. The best thing to do if you want to see why there's resistance at 60k is go and check out my stream. It's only a couple of streams back, and it says, I don't know, 42k, expect 60k or something like that. I've got it in there. I'll show you the range. It's very clear. It just saved me going all through it again today. I'll just quickly zoom out in a minute and show the range again, but I don't want to turn this into like a 3-hour stream. I tend to waffle a little bit and get a little bit sidetracked with what's going on. So left shoulder, head 71,000 or 70,500 around about. Neckline again around here, 47, 48. Expect a bit of a push off, and then you're going to have a bearish head and shoulder in the 60k 42k range. If that happens, expect 42k. Alright, so that's your first warning. That's an ending diagonal pattern on the daily time frame. Very strong signal, especially when there's a fifth, a high fifth on the Elliott wave just above it, and the RSIs are showing up divergence. These are warning signs, I'm trying to tell you guys, so you don't lose your shirt off your backs. This is we're meant to be here to make money, not just buy blind, just buy and hold blind through and give it back, give the market, keep giving it back to the market. Make some money, bank some, take some bank, put some money in your pocket. You've earned it, especially if you've been sitting in Bitcoin for a long time. Anyway, don't do what happened last time, ride out a 30 grand bloody pullback. Take some profit and buy again if you want to. Anyway, right, ending diagonal. See this little W pattern in here? Looks like we're going to get a harmonic wave to form the fifth wave in the Elliott, the fifth wave in the ending diagonal, and the fifth wave in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekly Elliott wave pattern. So I'm expecting 55. I think at a push Bitcoin can make 70,500. That's at a push. Would I want to wait? Would I want to stay in it to there? No chance. No chance would I want to wait for that. Yeah, we are, this line through here is the previous all-time high, going back to around May time, isn't it? So this blue line you're seeing here is the previous all-time high. I'm expecting it to get above a little bit more here, push above, start giving you this W pattern. That's a bearish pattern when you start seeing these harmonic style. That's going to be like a butterfly pattern. I haven't done any measurements, so look, don't shoot me down if it's not a butterfly. But it looks like it's going to fire out that kind of pattern. I can't see it dropping in a shallow D-leg on that harmonic and it becoming a Gartley, put it that way, because I think it will test the top of here before it runs down. So 70,000. If we want to be exact, I've done a little bit more work and I've put my line there for a reason, right here. 70,756. Let's round it off to 70,700. Yeah, that should be the absolute max Bitcoin's going to go to. So heed the warning. Do what you want to do. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not on your payroll. You don't pay me nothing. So, you know, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just giving you something to think about. But you know, when somebody says we got this, yeah, we got this. So don't be giving all your profits back that you've earned off a Bitcoin, unless that's what you like doing. If hey, you know, who knows? Maybe that's what you like doing. I don't know. Some people will hold through this, and fair play to them. It's up to you how you approach the market and how you trade and how you handle your investments. It's not my business. That's your business. So ending diagonal. 70 to 70,700. Market crash 55. Then down to around 47, giving us the neckline clip. Possible rejection. Who knows? It might even be shallower than that. 60. I would say it'd probably go up and test that 60k again, and give us that right shoulder. Right. I'm not going to put that on that 38.2 for a minute. I'm going to put it right on the neckline, because that's what we can't ignore. We are probably going to see a head and shoulder. Let me zoom out again, see if I can just make it a little bit more clearer to you. Can you see the left shoulder? Can you see the head? Can you see the ending diagonal? Can you see the fifth wave on the Elliott wave? Can you see the potential neckline forming here if it comes down to this spot? If it comes down and reclips this neckline, expect a right shoulder pushing up to possibly around the 60k. If this neckline breaks, you're pretty much guaranteed to see this. And if it comes down to 45, nothing's going to stop it. It's going to come down to 42, because that's the weekly range. Bear all this in mind. Right. Now I'm going to go back to the weekly very, very quickly, and I'm going to draw you in the weekly range to save me banging on about that other stream. Right. Now, if you don't know how to draw in support and resistance, watch this stream. It's a very basic bit of support and resistance, but it's through here whether you like it or not. Yeah? Rejection, pullback, breakout, pullback, and the rejection again. This exists. This is support. This is what we talked about last month or 2 months ago when I said buy it here. Buy 42 and target 60k. We shorted the top here, 63,000. We shorted right here on my channel on the 14th of April sometime, live. Go and watch the stream. We shorted here. We called it long again here. We took profit up in here and shorted again back down to around this 40k, and I wanted to break through it and take it further, but it didn't go. So we come out of shorts here. We got in some bank and we bought the 42 and targeted the 60. We called every move in Bitcoin. I'm not saying I'm going to continue to get every move, because I think it's impossible to constantly get trades right. Nobody does that, apart from me. Anyway, we're having a bit of a chuckle today. Right, so that's your 42.60 range. Yeah, this is when we bought that 42 on the stream only about a month ago. Go and check it out. Target 60. Hold through for a high fifth. Wait for all-time highs. Wait for the price action to tell us to come out and show us where the fifth is. It's showing us where the fifth is. We've got an ending diagonal there. Once it gets under that and tests this 55k, 60k is going to become resistance. Look at all this. Do not ignore all this. If we come down to 55, do not ignore this resistance. You've got 60k above. Don't give the market your money back. Alright. Hopefully you would take heed. And bear in mind, I'm not your financial advisor. So if it goes up and makes 75k, don't go and blame me. Would I hold through this pattern? No, I'd be banking. I was long from down the bottom, and I've already taken my bank, and I've starting to step in with shorts in case it starts to crash now. Yeah, these don't always go up and make this fifth wave inside these ending diagonals. You don't always get that. Nice when you do. That's the ideal spot. I'll be shorting up there. Don't worry about that. You know. Anyway. That's the best I can do. Yeah, I'm sorry it's not a big... I'm sorry it's not what you guys always want to hear. You know. It's... I know I'm not going to get many likes for this one. But I'm only sharing with you what I'm seeing. And if you want me to be honest, if you want to go and follow a Moon Boy and smack all the likes on his thing, you know, be my guest. I'm just going to give you how I see it. And if you know, and if it don't go down very well, hey, at least I've told you. And if it does play out, you know what I mean. You had some idea it was coming. If it plays out that way, all right. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time and popping in and seeing the stream. And like I say, I do apologise. It might not be what you wanted to hear, but you know, I'm a bull and a bear. I've just got to ride the market and make money in between, you know. So can't be any fairer than give you my honest opinion. Ending diagonal, daily ending diagonal around 70k. Here, a fifth wave on a weekly Elliott wave, which normally go and check out an Elliott wave fifth. Yeah, the textbook trade on a fifth is going to bring you back to a correction around 50%. What's 50%? What's 50% of 70,000? 35k. I don't know. I know I don't need to say it, but that's 35k. I'm not saying we're getting to 35k. What I'm saying is, if we get down to 55, that's a neckline. 60k is going to be the weekly range, and then you're going to have a head and shoulder, and it's going to be a bearish one. So it's up to you where you want to pull this. You know, you do what you want, guys. And thanks for watching. And you know, stick a dislike on if you're a moon. If you want the moon, dislike this. I won't get offended. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.